Hello, and a very warm welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, about a week ago, I made a video on how shocked I was about real estate prices in Tirana. But I think property prices in the coastal city of Saranda are even more insane. And I'm going to give you 10 reasons why I think you should definitely not buy real estate here, either as an investment or indeed a lifestyle purchase. So, number one, of course, is prices. Now, prices here are crazy. Beachfront apartments start at over 3,000 euros per square meter, and you'll be lucky to find anything good here for less than 1,500 euros per square meter. Indeed, average prices for existing properties are around the 1,500 euros per square meter mark. Number two, low yields. Now, just like Tirana, long term net yields look as though they are very low, and you are probably better off renting here instead of buying. You'll be lucky to get over 2% net yield. And yes, you can do Airbnb, but there are better places to do Airbnb than Saranda, especially in the future. Number three, Saranda can be quite boring in the winter. It is a fairly small city. It's got, I think, just under 20,000 people living there. And if you're a digital nomad, or indeed perhaps a pensioner that likes a lot of life, this may be a little bit too boring for you. Number four, the salaries in Saranda are very low. So average salaries are comparable to Tirana, so very, very low, about 600 euros a month. And many people only work during the tourist season. So you've got to ask yourself, how can they afford these property prices? And in the future, if you do decide to sell, who are you going to sell to? Number five, buying at the peak. Prices in Saranda have skyrocketed. It's estimated that over the last few years, they've gone up by around 250%. So it's very likely that a correction is due. Number six, there's too much construction going on in Saranda. So if you do go there, especially in the winter, I think they do stop it a bit for the summer. There's a lot of construction going on, and there's a lot of high-rise buildings being constructed as well. So I think this may actually depress prices going forward. And number seven, limited airport infrastructure. So there is currently only one international airport in Albania, which is in Tirana, and this is over 3 hours away by car. So 3 hours from Tirana to get to Saranda. And also, you do also have to consider that within the city itself, and it's a small city. Transport is also quite limited. So your transport options are also very limited in the city. Now, moving on to number eight, Saranda is often seen as just a place to visit from Corfu on a day trip. And in all honesty, I think Corfu offers a lot more historical sites. It's got more nightlife, and objectively, I think it is a nicer place than Saranda. Please let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments below. Perhaps I've been a little bit too harsh, but I do feel Corfu offers more than Saranda. Now, number nine, I think there are better coastal cities abroad in which to buy property. Now, just think property in many Italian coastal cities is actually cheaper than Saranda. Take, for example, Palermo or Syracuse in Sicily. Now, Palermo, which is far bigger and more beautiful than Saranda and has flights to most major cities in Europe, property prices are actually cheaper than Saranda. And Syracuse, which I think is absolutely, with all due respect to Saranda, it's so much more beautiful. Historic sites, plenty of fantastic food, amazing. And let's not forget too that Italy and also Sicily itself, it's more advanced than Albania. Again, with all due respect, and the medical facilities are a lot better as well. And finally, number 10, I also think there's better options in Albania. I'm going to give you a better coastal city in Albania in which to buy property, and that's Vlora, where property prices are lower than Saranda, and which an airport is due to open next year. So I think this will take more tourists away from Saranda, and it will obviously help Vlora. And let's not forget that Vlora is much bigger than Saranda, with a population of over 80,000 compared to, I think, just under the 20,000 mark, if I'm not mistaken. And don't forget, too, Vlora has its own university. And the nightlife, even in late September, in October, in Vlora, I was there. It was pretty good, and I was pretty impressed with the lungomare. So I think this does say I don't think Saranda is a good place to buy property. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, and I shall see you very soon on the next video.